Hey guys, it's AlluringSimmer here, back with a new video. In this video, we are doing part 2 of the Let's Decorate a Bedroom series. So in this part, we're actually doing a toddler to child transformation. So with the last one, we had a budget of 5,000 simoleons, and we were left over with 1,625 simoleons, which I didn't mention in the last video, but I thought I mentioned now. Because what I'm going to try and do is work with the money that we have left over, as well as maybe selling some of the items that we don't necessarily need anymore in order to make the new bedroom. So how I usually do this is what I'll do is I'll change up the wallpaper and the floors. Actually, I don't really change up the floors because the floors generally wouldn't change, but I usually just change up the wallpapers, and then after that I'll delete whatever we need to delete, like whatever we don't need anymore for like the child bedroom, and then I'll like change up whatever we want to change. So again, the best thing to do with decorating a bedroom is come up with a theme. So for this like toddler bedroom, the theme was kind of like jungle slash like animals, and I guess nature was kind of the thing. I mean, I know it's kind of like all over the place, but I guess nature would be like the main theme that we're going for. And then depending on whatever child you have and what their personality is like, that's how you want to design the room. So of course, I don't really have a child sim here because we're just building a room. So I'm going to try and come up with a theme really quickly as I'm like removing some of the stuff, and we're going to kind of play it by ear, I guess, and just go with the flow because I don't really have like a huge plan for like what we're going to do with it. We're just going to kind of see how things go. So I guess as I said before, it depends on what your sim is like. So let's say you have a child sim that's like into science and stuff, then you probably want to add in like the science table into their room, and like maybe you want to like theme it around, like center the room around that. So we're actually gonna kind of go with that theme because I think that would work. Obviously, there are like 4 different aspirations you can have for child sims. There's creative, motor, um, one is like creative, motor, mental, and there's one more. I think that one's like a goofball kind of, or no, that one goes with motor. I think there's one more, but I can't think of it right now. But I guess you can also play it off of their aspirations. So, for example, if you have a sim with the mental aspiration, then I'd probably do something related to like science. If you have them with like the creative aspiration, I'd probably include like the creativity or the activity table, and like maybe make the room a little bit more playful and artsy. And then if they had the motor trait, then I'd probably add more like toys and stuff, and just more things that would relate to that aspiration, because I think the room should kind of like reflect their personality as well as like their aspiration, because it just makes things more easier to do. So right now I'm left with some of the things that we already had in the build. So I'm gonna have to delete this toddler building blocks, and we're gonna get rid of this bed. Now I'm gonna put these things into our inventory. I think there's something in there already. So I'm gonna just move these. So I'm actually building this on the same lot as the kitchens. I'm just gonna put them right there for now because I don't want to sell them because I want to stick with the budget that we had. But I'm going to put these things into our inventory so we kind of have like a clean room to work with. And then we're going to move things around and rearrange them based on how we want to. So this rug, I'm probably going to sell it because it doesn't really fit what I'm going to go for. We're going to keep this for now. I don't know if we're actually going to keep it, but we'll see. Some of these things we might end up getting rid of. I'm just keeping them for now because I feel like when you're transitioning from the toddler to child bedroom, like things don't change that significantly and that drastically. It's just more of like, because toddler to child is like not a huge jump. I think child to teen is like probably the biggest change you're gonna have in terms of like changing up the room. So for wallpaper, I said we're gonna go with like a more um science theme for the room. I don't know how to explain that, but for the wallpaper, I'm gonna go with something more simple than this. We're probably not even gonna add like a lot of little, what is the word? Like, you know how there's these like patterns we're not gonna have a lot of patterns. We're just gonna go with a plain wallpaper. So we're gonna maybe go with this color, which may seem kind of bland-ish because it's like just blue, but I think it will go really well with what I want to do. And another thing is, with the rooms, unless you're gonna like move them to another room as they age up, or you move to like a new house, their room is generally their room until they age up to a young adult. So you want to kind of, how to explain it, set up the room for them as they age up. Like, you kind of want to set it up for the next age group, if that makes sense. Obviously you don't have to, but it's helpful because then you can keep some of the items in order to work it into the next stage, and you can save a bit of simoleons. And if you don't like use like any money cheats. So for example, like from baby to toddler, there's a lot of things that you can keep. Like, you can probably keep some of the decorations on the walls and stuff. And then toddler to child, you can keep the toys. And then child to teen, you can probably keep some of like the wall decor again. Or like maybe it'll be like a huge transformation, but then if you still have them living with your Sims as a young adult, then they could probably generally keep their room the same from teen to young adult. Because unless you wanted, like, obviously you can do room renovation with every single like age group, but generally you'll probably want to like keep some things in order to not have to spend as much money every single time. So again, we're probably going to be using Parenthood a lot, and also the base game. Oh, I forgot to take this off the wall. So we have this little like creature thing on the door. So maybe as they age up, maybe you keep the door with a like pattern on it, but maybe you want to change up what pattern it is. I don't know. Let's see. To be honest, I think the monster thing can like stay there because they're still like a child. Maybe you could change up the color if you wanted to, but I'm gonna leave it as is, and like maybe once they become a teen then it'll actually change. So we're gonna go for like as I said before, we're gonna go for like the science kind of theme. So we're going to probably have like a lot of stuff related to space and stuff. I know there's obviously this bed, but I kind of wish like the bed itself had the space pattern on it, and then this part was purple. I don't know. I feel like that, I don't know. I would just prefer that. So we're just gonna go with this one for now, which I think still kind of works. And then in terms of the nightstand, we're probably gonna keep it the same for now because I think it could still work. But maybe let's say they painted it black to match the furniture. And we're gonna move it slightly closer to the bed. And then for this lamp, I think we can keep it pretty much the same. We might end up changing it, I'm not sure, but for now it's okay. And the nightlight, we're actually gonna sell that one, and we're gonna get a different one. So because I said there was another one that you could use in the game, and we're going to use that one for this build because I think it will actually suit the build better. So with Parenthood, there was a new nightlight added, and there's one that's just a regular nightlight like this, and there's another one that actually projects a star pattern onto the wall, which is the one we're going to use because I think that will go well with like the science space theme that we're going for. Because I think with like in general, I've just noticed there's like a lot of space related decor that came with like different packs, I believe, because there's like a lot of different packs that have things related to space, and I think that will be easy to center a theme around. So that's what we're going to do. So right now I'm just gonna look for, first let's start off with like the basic things. So you obviously need like a bed, a nightstand, and then preferably a dresser. So we're gonna look for one that will actually like just match with the bed. This one actually matches perfectly because it's black, but it has the hint of blue. The only, I mean, I'm sure there are some people who don't really like the mixing of different textures, but I think that just works for what we're trying to do. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna place that mirror there, and in terms of like things that you need, these are like the basic necessities for a kid's bedroom. And then everything else is kind of extra. So we have this toy box. I'm actually gonna sell that and buy a new one, simply because I kind of want to show, like, maybe once they aged up to a child, that toy box was like broken or something and they wanted to change it to a new one. Maybe they don't even want a toy box anymore, but I think I'm gonna keep it just because we can like find a way to suit it to this room. Obviously there are some things that can be considered a bit more girly and some things that are considered more like, not, I don't know what the word is like for boy, because you can't say boy because that doesn't sound right. But I feel like this room could work for like any sim. It doesn't really matter. So we're actually gonna go with the other one because I think that one matches better. And it's like the little Transformers toy kind of thing. I call it the Transformers toy. I don't know what it's actually called, but it looks like Transformers, so I'm gonna keep calling it that. And then let's see, for a child sim, we said we're gonna have him into science. So then I would go to hobbies and find things that can relate to what we're going for. So we're actually going to add this little school project thing. Obviously, if you're playing the game, they actually get the school projects from school, and I think it's on like Mondays or something. But we're going to put this into the house like that, and we're just going to have it so like your sim could start building with it if they wanted to. Now for the junior wizard starter kit thing, I have one that's like similar to how I use a toy box with the toddler speed build. If you watch, not toddler speed, the toddler let's decorate build. So it comes into a multitude of different colors, and the reason why that failed is because I think I need to change color first and then place it. So what it's called is, it's Junior Wizard Started Set, but it's by Dreamcatcher Sims 4. So if you want to get this recolor of it, it functions the exact same way, it's just so you can have more colors. Then just go to, I think it's a Tumblr page. Yeah, the Dreamcatcher sims4.tumblr.com, and then you can find this as well as other recolors of some items from the game. So far, this build is going really well. I think it's easier to match things with, like, as they age up, because with toddlers and babies, like, they don't really need a match as much. Also, there's not a lot of like matching things besides that one bedroom set that I'm sure you can think of. So yeah, I'm just gonna add in a lot of like space related things because I think that's kind of the theme that we're going for. Like first it was kind of science, but so far I think we've been adding a lot of like space related stuff, so we'll just go with that. And the thing is, another thing you could do is like the way, maybe if in terms of your gameplay, like the way you set up their room could even be like kind of setting up how their future will be, because like right now he's really into space. Maybe when he's older he's not, but maybe when he's older he is, and then he ends up becoming an astronaut, which is actually a career that you can do in the game. I'm gonna add this like huge Void Critters poster because I think that's like maybe a cute thing to do. Like maybe he's, or I'm saying he because I'm like making an assumption, he or she is like really into like Void Critters. So with that, now that I added that poster, sometimes as you add things into the game, it will start to like give you ideas for other things. So we're down to 459 simoleons right now. So there's some things that we probably will get rid of. We don't need that poof anymore. And the teddy bear, I kind of want to keep it because it could be something that like they keep as they get older. The dollhouse, I'm probably gonna sell it because maybe they don't need it anymore because they still have a toy box, and like maybe the dollhouse is broken. Let's just assume that everything is broken, so they have to get new stuff. And I think there's a Void Critter battle station, which I'm going to try and add in. So we're gonna put that in the middle of the room. because it kind of takes up a good amount of space, which is good, because you know you need something to cover the middle space. And there's like a couple different color swatches here, which is actually pretty good. I think, oh, I kind of like that green one, but I feel like it doesn't really match, but I like that it's like camouflage. We're gonna go with, let's see, we're gonna go with this one because I like that it's like two different colors, but it's like not really two different, it's like two different shades of black. And then over here we have like this one blank wall, which we might leave blank again like with the other one. So if you want to add windows, or again, you can just add whatever you want there. And then let's put that right there. Now we're down to 37 simoleons, and we only have a couple more items we can sell. So we have this toddler bookshelf, which I think we're gonna sell this simply because maybe they don't need, maybe they have bookshelves in the living room or something, so you don't need so many bookshelves. And this is obviously too big, so we're gonna place this, I think we're gonna place it near the door, but like over here. And we're gonna change it, so maybe because these are obviously like clothespin on, maybe they packed these ones in boxes, repainted that top part, and then replaced the little paintings at the bottom. So this one works really well because of course it fits the space theme. We're gonna sell this flower pot because it doesn't really suit the room, and we're gonna just find a couple things to fill in the space. So usually I guess child sims have to do homework, so you can add a desk in here. I'm gonna see if we can afford a desk. Let's see. We might just put a table in because sometimes they're a bit cheaper and they fit in better. So let's see. The cheapest table we have right now is this poolside dining table, which is 200 simoleons, which leaves us with 165. So we're gonna see if this can fit. Well, I mean, with that one, it actually kind of works with the room. And then you can just add in a little desk chair, even though it's not technically a desk. And we'll use it in blue. And then we're down to 105 simoleons. So we're gonna add, I'm gonna see if we can add one more like wall decor item here. And I think we'll be done for this build, which actually went quite a bit faster than the toddler one, probably because we kept a lot of things and like we didn't change up. I mean, we changed it, it looks significantly different, but there are some of the things that you can see have been kept in order to like show that it's like still the same person, it's just they're just older. So let's see if I can find something to fill up that wall. So we have these posters here, but I feel like these work more for like teen sims, because it's like books that generally I feel like maybe like older children / teens would read. Let's see. I know there's a lot more like science stuff, but we probably can't even like afford anything else right now. I think we're gonna add this in here. Wow, perfect. It fits in perfectly over the bed. So we can put it like that, and we can pretend it's like kind of guarding over him or her as they sleep. And we're gonna put it in blue, or maybe we can do it in red to match. Oh no, because it's not red and white. No, we're just gonna leave it as the blue one. And I think we're done for now. So that's it for the child bedroom. So this is a great way for you to like, just to help with like transforming a toddler bedroom to a child bedroom. So we're gonna have some screenshots in the end. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and you want to see more videos like this. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
It was a crush, but I couldn't get enough. It was a rush, but I gave it up. It was